Hey guys, Miles here with Android Police. OnePlus just announced the brand new OnePlus 6T, which has a few new and pretty substantial hardware features like the in-display fingerprint reader and now the downsized teardrop notch. But OnePlus has also announced a few new software additions, new navigation gestures, studio lighting, and nightscape mode for the cameras. In typical OnePlus fashion, they're not at all being stingy with their software features that they launched with their new smartphone. So with the brand new Open Beta 6, you can get the new navigation gestures, nightscape mode, and studio lighting on your OnePlus 6. Keep in mind that this is an open beta and might not be as stable as the official OTAs generally are, but I've personally never had an open beta from OnePlus that I couldn't daily drive, so let's get into it. Taking a look at the new navigation gestures, it looks like they've just improved the barless nav system. The smoothness of the gestures, mainly the swipe and hold to access the recent apps, is a lot more fluid than before, and I'm really digging the animations on this update. Now when looking at the camera, the first thing I noticed is that they've added Google Lens to the native OnePlus camera app, which is something I'm fairly certain wasn't there before, at least in this placement within the UI. I haven't really used it much before since I got rid of my Pixel 2, but here it has been pretty good. It can easily identify products and brands based on their logos and things like that. Nightscape mode is a feature OnePlus really talked up during the 6T launch for catching low light photos, but I'm finding it's really hit or miss. Sometimes it can genuinely clean up an image and improve upon the sharpness and detail a lot, but other times it just makes it worse with the same level of exposure. For example, this image of my Blue Yeti, using the regular photo mode, it's very soft and muggy looking, but when using Nightscape, while the exposure goes down a bit, the image is looking much cleaner overall. This is a hit. Now, here's a picture of the stuffed animal I took. It looks like it was taken using Huawei's beauty mode or something. Well, here's what the image looked like beforehand using regular photo mode. With literally no added exposure, all it did here was kill the sharpness and natural detail of the image. This is a miss. So overall, I wouldn't recommend using this every time you're in a low light situation. For me, it's just one of those things I'll use after taking a picture using the regular photo mode. And if it actually ends up improving the image, then that's cool. But like I said, this is a beta, so a stable build in the future could yield some improvements. Now when talking about studio lighting, it took me a little while to find out that this feature really doesn't do anything. I spent half an hour trying to figure out where the mode is in the settings, only to see that it's supposed to be an automatic feature when using portrait or regular photo mode. The studio lighting feature is always on essentially, and so far I really can't tell much of any difference. If you can, then that's great, but for me this is more or less a throwaway feature. Other than that, there are just a bunch of minor tweaks and improvements. They've done things like updating the About Phone menu, and I personally like the more modern looking layout. And they've also updated the Google search box design on the OnePlus launcher and improved smoothness on the gallery app when zooming and magnifying the image and things like that. That's pretty much it though. Let us know if you've tested the new 6T features on your 6 and if this will change your mind about upgrading. Make sure to subscribe for future content like this, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one.